I think that's I think it's actually the pinned message in the chat, so check that out. It's easy to find. We got 230 already. We're trying to get a little bit more, so keep that going, guys. Keep it going. It's for the kids, so you can't argue with that. It's literally possible to argue against that. So anyway, man, we got game one coming up here. Maister, who had a very close set against Skittles. It's another Zony kind of character in Young Link, going against Angel, the amazing Robin. Amazing Robin. Been playing a lot of Wi-Fi tournaments since before it was cool. So now, well, I don't know when it ever became cool, but either way, he's been doing it for a long time. And Robin, he makes his character Robin look broken, honestly.
Hey man, all the cool kids play Wi-Fi Ultimate. Are you kidding me? But yeah, don't get peer pressured into it unless, of course, it is for something like Wi-Fi Ultimate. Then it's okay. But either way, yeah, you're talking about Angel, who's been rocking out in these tournaments for quite some time. So many first place finishes, even as recently as last week, entering a 64-person tournament, beating out Zero Mart in the grand final, wound up being a 6-2 victory. All in all, of course, Mart being a very talented Snake main, so out-zoning them a little bit here. That might come in handy against someone like Game & Watch.
Yeah, and I think a big thing, too, I've talked about this a bunch of times in Game & Watch, is a big mentality check where you look at the percentages right now, you're like, wow, Robin's down a lot. It's like, well, actually, not really. One good read and Robin takes a stock here. Game & Watch is incredibly light. It's something you always need to keep in the back of your mind while you're fighting against him. So just don't do anything foolish. Don't panic. Don't do this jump up the ledge and get nared right here. That's the classic. Oh, down smash. He tried to cover a grounded option, actually. Wow, both these guys are on another level. That was really good.
Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely one thing to talk about what works against Game & Watch, but then again, this is Maister. This is the Game & Watch, the solo Game & Watch that wound up being top 10 in the PGR and wound up fighting their way to number 8 in the Wi-Fi Warrior ranking. This is not just any character specialist. This is the anti-meta character specialist that is feared by so many players simply because of the toolkit, not just the toolkit has, but how this particular Game & Watch from Mexico employs it.
He truly changed the meta with this character, too. You had Pikachu and Peach running around like crazy. You know, what's the real counter pick to these characters? I know, dude, what? Why? Ridiculous.
He tried it.
But Maister really put Game & Watch on the map, a character that changed the meta a lot in terms of how people view how dominant some characters are. Peach and Pikachu come right to mind on that one. So, and don't forget, guys, the giveaway is still alive, so any donations will enter you into the giveaway to win Hyper X gear. Like I said, I love my mic. You're looking at the headphones today, and they look spectacular. So you're looking for a nice set of Bluetooth headphones, the buds, man. Enter some money, man. It's for a good cause. At the end of the day, you feel good. Worst case scenario, you make your soul feel better. Best case scenario, it's good for your soul. It's good for your earbuds, too. So there you go.
Absolutely, and they're stylish products too. And that microphone, not gonna lie, it sounds great as well. So I will say, I don't really see a whole lot of benefit from bucketing the fire. Now it does carry over between stocks, so that blip still exists in the bucket of Game & Watch, but it will be irrelevant here as it is a JV3 Angel finding themselves on the losing end of this one, as Maister goes up 1-0 in this best of 3 clip. Now, when I usually play Game & Watch, I've always had trouble against sword characters in particular. They always seem to keep me out relatively well, and especially when you're talking about against characters where you are being forced to go in against them. Like Ike was the bane of my existence playing Game & Watch. What is it that Maister does against Robin that proves to be so effective? I'm not even convinced that it's entirely just bucket either, because you only get so much damage off of bucketing arc fires.
But the arc fire not being able to generate any offense is like the big thing from it. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily that Game & Watch gets something out of it. It takes something off the table for Robin, and it's such a powerful thing. Like Robin 2 is like 50% sword, 50% magic. So it's like you take that magic off the table, and he's kind of like not the best sword character in the game for sure. Like Lucina's a lot quicker. Roy, Chrom. Think about the swords that do really well against Game & Watch, and it comes down to a lot of their speed on top of the range that they have. So I think what Maister does is he disarms the Robin incredibly well. It forces Robin to fight with the tools. It's kind of like Robin complements themselves with magic and the sword. So if you take one of them away, they're kind of leaning on one side a little too heavily. So, and Maister, he's played against every sword in the business forever. So Angel's gonna have to come up with something tricky here. I think the big difference is that Robin can't really move like a lot of the other swordies, so that projectile barrage, he's going to have to fight like a regular, more as traditional sword character with the character Robin. And he's going to stick with that, Stu, coming into Game 2 on Battlefield.
The down throw coming out, and yeah, utilizing that up B. And we're talking about the things that make Game & Watch so effective. One of the tools, and probably the most infamous one, I would say in the eyes of many, is the fastest up B in the game. That is 3 frames worth of absolute frustration for so many of the world's top players.
Well, dude, it's quick. It hits on both sides. He can act out of it afterwards. I don't think you could design a better one unless it KO'd at 0. You know what I'm saying? Like, realistically, that's about as good as an up B can get. And it's intangible on the way up. Well, when he kind of acts, you can't challenge it. There you go. That's a better, more generic way to say it. You can't really challenge that move. So offstage is a good recovery option too.
Yeah, exactly. So your only hope is to get this gigantic hit that winds up breaking the shield. But speaking of gigantic hits, I mean, that's a steel chair right to the back. That man has a family. And Angel is going to have first blood drawn yet again, but this time on Battlefield. The platform's presumably giving Game & Watch quite a bit. I'm not really sure I get the machinations within Angel's mind there, but maybe you have some insight.
I'm not sure, but right now he's kind of racking up. Okay, hold on. Really? He just did it 3 times. There you go. That's what you need to do more, so you need to down air more from above. If you consider that option.
Most of the time, actually, yes.
I love when Angel does that. Going off stage with the up B, trying to pop Maister back up and destroy him for it. But here's the thing. This Battlefield stage is certainly biting Angel in the butt right now in this first stock. Big time. Game & Watch living to 150 by the time all things are said and done is not good for Angel. It can't be the average right there. Good read right there in the jump. Again, Stu, how is he living for so long?
I mean, it's just good defensive movement. Game & Watch, when you're talking about the moveset, it is really designed to be a counter-punching, almost defensive character. Problem is you're talking about a character that is one of the top 5 lightest in the entire game. It's literally 2-dimensional. I'm not really sure how you're outweighing Pichu, but that's an argument to be had for another time. Yeah, Maister right now catching him with the forward tilt. That make no mistake about it, still packs quite the punch. There'd be some muscle on them bones, we're gonna call it.
Do you have a skeleton?
I'm not sure, and I am not one to question it in the middle of a tournament. But either way, it's a good bomb placement off of that fair. But the thing is, Angel is having to be cautious about where they place their disjoints, and that is opening fair up, because if you hit fair, it goes away. It's out of existence.
Yeah.
But Angel has been made to be cautious about it for quite some time now.
Love that idea from Maister, really pushing his advantage state, trying to end this game. He's trying to get out of here with a quick 2-0, and then actually move on to the 3-0 because we're in best 5 territory. As you can see in the upper left-hand corner.
Yeah, that was 77. That was 77% that Maister just racked on. That was a little nuts, if I'm being honest. But now it's Maister in disadvantage, and having to work their way through the swords and certainly the tomes of Angel. It's an easier said than done proposition here for Angel, but making it happen nevertheless.
That was so smart, dude. I love to see that. Anything to keep staying alive and keep fighting, man. That was really, really good.
I mean, the survivability of Maister, so good at hitting these techs, but yeah, there's no tech in the blast zone, unfortunately, and they're going to go down to their final stock, and now you're going to have to take every last bit of this advantage state until you get hit out of it. But the key to winner's final could very well be deployed here. Wait! Oh, caught the grab.
Oh, is he dead? Oh my God,
Maister,
that almost killed. What is he doing?
Looking for the thunder as well.
Who does that?
Oh, you overextended, and you are going to get punished for it with a chair straight to the back. And Angel without a leg to stand on as Maister goes up 2-0.
Why did he be there at the end? That must have been a misinput. What's this? It's Game & Watch with the steel chair.
Oh my gosh. That is just...
Yep.
That is absolutely tragic. You hate to see it sometimes. But yeah, we are looking up... as we are going into this this game number 3, It'll be interesting to see the counter picker if indeed Angel wants the run back. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what options you have there because that was your counter pick. I'm just not sure if that was the best one you could have gone with.
You go back and you got it. Your average KO percentage needs to go down on your opponent, because the first stock was really where Angel lost a lot of traction. The Game & Watch living to above 150 is not good for business, that's for sure. You got to be KOing him around 70 to 80 on this stage, especially with Robin. He's got to hit those side Bs, the arc fires again at the ledge, and then capitalizing as we've seen him do many times with this character. He's just not able to catch. Game & Watch is just so sneaky in the disadvantage. He doesn't have a terrible time in it like a lot of other characters do, so.
Good tech off of the back air, surviving at 86%. However, you are not surviving for long if you keep this up. And yeah, the down smash into the forward smash. That's true. Welcome to Smash Ultimate.
Yeah, and it's so strong too, Stu. The knockback is insane off of that move. Well done by Maister, man. Look at this. Now it's just right back, rinse and repeat, back into the danger zone. Oh no, actually you don't want him to get Arc Thunder. That's not good. Now actually, if he fills up the bucket even with a couple of smaller hits, it's still going to be pretty decently strong.
Yeah, but folks, that giveaway is still live if you want to donate to a good cause. But yeah, that's
yeah,
it's a good time. Definitely do that. But also, we are speaking of good times. We're talking about Maister sitting at 45%, a full stock lead over Angel, one of the celebrated Wi-Fi Robins. What is it that makes this character so good on Wi-Fi?
I think it's a lot of the look at stuff like that. Like, oh man, he's just not capitalizing like he usually does. I think he stuttered there. He wasn't sure if he was waiting for an up B or an air dodge or something from Maister. He didn't capitalize. I think the ledge trapping's really hard to deal with online. I think the zoning is really good too. But Game & Watch kind of, he's able to weave around all these really strong options from Robin, and you got to give credit to Maister for not getting caught with the lack of matchup knowledge. You know what I mean? It's easy to not know how to fight against a character like Robin because you don't see a lot of them. Like, Maister certainly is using the right tools to get the job done. Yeah, man. I mean, Robin hits super hard. It zones really well. Ledge traps really well. But the thing is, Robin can't really move. But on Wi-Fi, his zoning options are a little bit stronger. I feel like swords in general are a little bit stronger too. So gets buffed in some nice ways, and the low movement speed isn't too big of a burden on Wi-Fi. It is, obviously. It's still one of the weakest parts of the character, but it's not as bad as real life, I think.
Yeah, swords are definitely good in this game. You know what else wound up being pretty decent? Chairs. So
true.
Yeah, that ball thunder is going to be absorbed up by that bucket of Game & Watch. Now those blips can only carry a value of up to 16%. So the max damage that you can do with the full bucket is 48%, and obviously the knockback that goes along with it is monstrous. But yeah, that's why you're not really looking at arc fire as too much of an option. But yeah, that's a dangerous bucket, and one that Maister is going to have to thinking about using as an offensive measure for once. Oh, throw the book at him. Literally just throw the book at him.
A little bit of knowledge right there. Coming in strong. Oh, jeez. That's what I'm talking about, the bucket. The L Thunder, powering that one up for sure. I think that's really what Robin loses in the matchup. You can't zone with Thunder. Like, it's just not a thing. L Thunder, nothing, man. It's just, you can't find anything. 3 stock from Maister, Stu. Tell me about it.
Did I not tell this man?
Yep.
People in the chat, and yes, I'm talking to you, Facebook gaming chat. Did I not tell this man? Filled up the bucket with that ball thunder, and yeah, you had 2 blips. That meant you had all the damage that the ball thunder gives you, that the L Thunder provides you in that 1 blip. So that's already 32 points worth of damage. All you need is 1 little arc fire to fill it up, and then you dump it out. Angel was not ready for it, was conditioned to believe that the bucket was harmless because they were only filling it up with arc fire, taking it off the table, like you mentioned, Hazmat. And it was it's one of those deals that maybe it's a little tragic thinking about it, but it's a learning experience for Angel, and one that they're going to have to reckon with down in losers bracket.
It's true. It just seems like a really tough matchup for Robin. All the tools are laid out clearly for Game & Watch, and has the tools to lead up to that successful game plan that we saw. I think bucket is enormous. I think Game & Watch's ability to recover and not really care about the ledge trapping a big amount. I think that's a huge thing. And I also think Robin's disadvantage state is not great either. So, like, if he gets nared once or twice, like, that's just going to be a ton of damage, potentially have to recover off stage. And Meister never gets enough credit for his edge guards, honestly. Like, he doesn't go off stage. He goes off stage really deep with this character, Game & Watch, and he uses that new air dodge mechanic in Ultimate to make it all the way back from deep. And a character like Robin, who's weak off stage, has to fear a lot of stuff that we just listed to. Doesn't seem like a fun time for Robin. Didn't look like a great time for Angel. Going to be going down the loser's bracket, like you said, but I feel like that's not the last we've heard from Angel.